Welcome. Episode 40. Cleanpin on YouTube. And episode, what are we, 3? 2? Fun podcast. I'm the worst. I don't know. I think it's either 2 or 3. If you're interested in the audio version, subscribe on everything. Wherever you get your podcasts, Anchor, Stitcher, iTunes. So you could subscribe there if you don't want to see my ugly mug. You could just watch on. You could just listen to it. And if you're interested in the video, here you are. You're watching the video. So how have you been? Hope everything's well. This is Clean Pin on the From the Bleachers Sports Show on YouTube. Excuse me, I'm having a grape. All right, we're back. What we do, we talk wrestling each and every week. AEW, WWE, MLW, all things wrestling. We rock and roll. We tried to do this Wednesday. As you can see, it's Friday. By the time this is posted, it will probably be Saturday. So, we try hard here. Sometimes it does not work out that way. But we try. We try to give you, we're going to try to make this on a consistent, logical schedule. We're going to try to do that going forward. Where to begin? There's something that sticks out to me, and I'm sorry, I'm going to keep on. Seems like I've been harping on this a few times already, last couple of episodes, but we got to go with retribution. Suspension of disbelief when it comes to retribution, please. Now, let me explain as far as retribution. Okay? Now, a couple of things already with this. Again, the execution of the storyline has been really pitiful, for lack of a better word. So, it's not so much the execution, it's not so much the execution of the storyline at this point. It's going to be what the reveal is of who are the people under the mask. That's, what's going to be the payoff in the storyline. Because the storyline to me already at this point, and I'm struggling. I want it to make sense. It's not making sense to me now. You might say, "Listen, I'm nitpicking." Maybe. Okay, but here's the thing that Here's the thing that I do not understand. Okay? You have Retribution come out. Now Retribution has like, I don't know, 100 members after this past week on Raw. And you have the Hurt Business. Hurt Business, four members of the Hurt Business now at this point, right? So, don't get me wrong. The Hurt Business, I've come around on the Hurt Business. They have some worth. They have some worth. Since MVP has been back, look what he has done for Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley was in a ridiculous going nowhere angle, storyline wise, anyway. Okay, look what Bobby Lashley, look what MVP has done for Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley going in a nowhere angle, silly angle, with Lana and Rusev at the point. Apollo Crews, I don't think even was on, he was a laughing stock, a jobber. No real storyline ever. Shelton Benjamin off TV. So you see his worth, what they were able to do with a guy like MVP. Okay, so, in storyline, I got it now. In storyline, Hurt Business are heels. Okay, that doesn't, but they're going out there and they're trying to protect their place of employment. They're trying to protect the company that they're in. So it's them, all four of them, versus 50 of the Retribution guys. Question to you: Where was Adam Pearce and his security squad? Where? Their job is to protect Raw, protect the wrestlers. That's what Adam Pearce has made it a point. Where are they? Where were they? And why is Hurt Business, who you're trying to make them look dominant, beat down, fierce, 4 on 150 is not going to look good. It made no sense to me. How come, how come there was no one out there protecting the Hurt Business? How come there was no one there from the locker room that's, trying to protect the WWE, trying to protect Raw from this outside group that we don't know who they are and why they're trying to wreak havoc? Why wasn't no one else out besides the Hurt Business? And why risk the Hurt Business being beat up by Retribution? Why are they being? It's potential to make them look bad. You need someone out there to help them. 4 on 150 is never good, right? I mean, am I overlooking this? Am I overthinking this? Again, with Retribution, this is a storyline, an angle, and I get it. It's just like all angles now. You're You're trying to take the scenic route. I get it. Trying to take the long scenic route. You're trying to spread things out due to COVID. So I get that. But just common things, to me, suspension of disbelief, I don't know, uh, did not really appeal to me. What has appealed to me from this past week of AEW Dynamite, and bravo to all teams involved in Santana and Ortiz versus the Best Friends. They had a match which was kind of a parking lot, kind of a brawl type of a match from this past week, AEW Dynamite. A couple of things that stick out to me. Dave Meltzer has given this 5 stars. Whew, five, Dave, Uncle Dave. 5 stars, really. A little bit overexcited, Ari, perhaps. And JR stating that this is the best match of this type that he has seen ever in all his career. Wow. Now, I get it. JR, has to say that. JR has to say that, not that he has to say it. I mean, he's saying it because he's working for AEW now. He's not working for WWE. He's not working for WCW. So, by him saying that, it puts over the guys that are in the match. But, woo, JR, I mean, come on. Goldust, Piper, Triple H, Mankind comes off as better than this type of a match. Piper, Goldust, how can you forget that? You guys did not like that. You're telling me that the matchup between Best Friends and Ortiz and Santana, that match was better than the match in the WWF. Between whoever it may be. You're telling me that Piper and Goldust did not beat that match? Come on, JR. Come on. And I know the internet exploded. Wow, what a great... I mean, guys, it was not the greatest match of all time. Not even close to me. It's up there, but not even close as far as when you look at history. Maybe modern era, maybe within the last 10 years, maybe. But I mean, come on, let's not go on a stretch on a limb. I like this match because it made when I look at Santana and Ortiz, I already think badasses. I already think tough guys. I already think dudes that are capable of anything. But this match, and they put themselves through hell, both tag teams. This match, I think, kind of made the Best Friends, the kind of, I think, to me anyway, it put their name on the map. Put their name on the map. And, it made the Best Friends look believable. I mean, when you think Best Friends, do they seem believable as a threat to Santana and Ortiz? No way. But they made them. Best Friends made were looked like badasses, and it's losing is not gonna hurt. Um, it's not gonna hurt him at all. So I mean, it's again Santana and Ortiz losing, not going to lose credibility. This match, I think, made best friends, and they made him credible. People look at him, and I think he would definitely get the respect. They will definitely get the respect that they need now, as far as the best friends. So, good match between the best friends and the Usos. Oh, I'm sorry, best friends and good and the Santana and Ortiz. I'm just thinking about Uso and Roman Reigns, and I'll get back and I'll get to that in a matter of a few minutes later on in this podcast. But for now, we take a break. Hold tight. News coming out of WWE is that Jeff Hardy has re-signed with WWE. So Jeff Hardy will be on board even longer with WWE. And I think that I think that this was definitely a good move um, for Jeff Hardy. A couple of things here. Um, you know, Jeff Hardy has uh, Jeff Hardy knows that wherever he goes, he will be a star. I think he feels comfortable here uh, with the WWE. Honestly, um, I think he feels to the point, almost in a way where I don't know, and I could be completely wrong, and I could be completely not even in the ballpark. But I think you know um, that maybe I not only does Jeff Hardy, sure have a support system at home, but I think the WWE, they know him. He's grown up here in the WWE. I think he also has a support system in the WWE. I think he's at a point uh, in Jeff Hardy where his case is his case is a little bit different than you know Matt Hardy. I always I think that Matt Hardy has always wanted to I don't know maybe prove to himself, maybe prove to his brother that he could be on that he's a main eventer and he could be on the main event scene. And yes, I know Matt Hardy has done that, um, in Impact Wrestling for a while, but so has Jeff. I don't know. I just think that if Jeff were to go somewhere else, um, I don't think that I don't think that they would know Jeff Hardy. And I don't know if they would know how to treat him. I don't know if they would treat him if they know how to treat him like the star that he is. Um, and what else does he have left to prove? Um, I'm sure he's I think maybe looking to retire sooner rather than later, and he just probably wants one last run here in WWE to make it memorable, and then call it a career. That's my honest thoughts, my 2 cents. He's comfortable here. He's been treated right. As soon as he came back, he's been thrown into storylines, and he's always when the crowds were here. He always got the reaction. So Matt Hardy is a star. So I think he's always safe with WWE, and I think that's what he's comfortable with, and that's what I think Vince is comfortable with as well. So you know, I was a couple more years of Jeff Hardy just tearing it up, tearing it up. He had a good match with earlier with everyone here earlier. So he's he looks fine. He looks fine. Just a small casualty. Hold on here for 1 second, guys. Speaking of free agency, we have you know Jeff Hardy that just resigned with the WWE. We apparently also have, and just Man just really brings a little a tear to my eye here, and that's James Storm with the NWA as well. That contract with the NWA has it's coming due. It's running its course, and there he is on the market. It's sad. Um, so, you know, 'cause, NWA was my go-to program, and just and I know NWA has a long-term plan, but look already. And I don't know what James Storm will do, but look who we lost already. We lost Ricky Starks now with AEW. We lost Wade Barrett, who went from commentary to NXT, and that has also been official this week. We lost Eddie Kingston. Also now with AEW. And Thunder Rosa is wrestling on AEW as well. So it's a very sad situation. No one expected COVID. No one expected the pandemic, and it just wreaked havoc. And it's decimating the roster. And where James Storm goes, I don't know. He was in good shape. Great tag team with Eli Drake. But have you have bills and mortgage, and you have stuff that needs to be paid. So I wanted to see these guys there in NWA, not anywhere else. The selfish part of me, but I realize it's about paying bills, and James Storm in phenomenal shape. Phenomenal shape. He's a little bit on the older side, but he still could go. Still looks good. So it's going to be interesting as to where James Storm goes. Now I know he had something with NXT and then decided to leave NXT. Could he possibly now come back with, and unite with Bobby Roode? Bobby Roode, good entrance. Gets a reaction from the crowd. They've placed him a couple of tag teams, but nothing seems to gel for me. Imagine if Roode, in fact, if Storm does in fact sign with WWE. How about a tag team? Just dominance. There's so many ways that he could go. So many ways, and reunite with Bobby Roode, be your money. There you go. Have a run in WWE, and call it quits. I believe it's like 43, 44. But who am I to say what should be acceptable, not in terms of wrestling? You could always give your opinion. Doesn't mean that you're right. Doesn't mean that you are wrong. Hold on for 1 second, guys. Be right back. someone that has been catching my eye and just completely been on fire to me. Um, that's Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio working with his son Dominic, working with Seth Rollins, working with Murphy. And the rumor apparently going around, and again, and who knows how factual this is. The rumor going around is that that this is going to lead for Murphy to be in a romantic angle with Aaliyah, which is Rey Mysterio's daughter. Now, I don't know if this would angle would work, being that they're sponsors on TV that you gotta please. You have stockholders that you got to please. If you look at it, that type of angle has been, done before, just different degrees and variances. Because let's face it, mostly all angles are rehashed, repeated. So, I do not know, honestly, if that angle would fly, even if Vince McMahon is thinking about doing that angle, even if it is in the works, this angle, and even if it will in fact go forward. Remember that Vince has the final say. If in fact this is where this is going, add another layer where Dominic thinks that maybe he's betrayed by his sister. But the main problem is Aaliyah looks very young. I think she's like maybe 19. And Murphy is already 33, 34. I mean, how are you going to explain that to your investors? And you might think it's not cool. And how are you going to explain it to parents? They think, and stockholders, that it's more than meets the eye. I just don't know how it will fly with the very visible age difference, and I'm sure somehow somebody's going to need some questions to answer. Now, it's a nice place. I will give you that much. It's a very nice place. But again, like I said, you have to answer the age gap. And I don't know if WWE is too worried or too consumed about that. And I think they are. I think they definitely are. Hold on for me 1 second, guys. Another intermission. So that's what I worry about, the whole, you know, possible rumor, if it's true or not, if it's correct. That's why I worry about with the Aaliyah Murphy angle, is that it won't even pick up, that it won't even hit the ground running, because the investors will have a problem with the age difference. Who knows? But that's, me being negative and just looking at it after many years of not looking at the original file. Speaking of one other thing here, I want to say about this Dominic, Aaliyah, Murphy, this whole thing here. Aren't you guys getting a little bit annoyed that Dominic's whole family's coming to ringside? Like, why are they there? It's getting a little bit annoying. A little bit annoying. A little bit. There is also talk, rumor circulating that Miro and Lana apparently, if it continues, apparently will be taking social media break. They're being, not so much Miro, but Lana is being kind of harassed by everyone online. And there you go, the age-old expression. If you have nothing nice to say, a lot of people don't listen and still say something bad. And I don't blame them for taking a break. Um, you know, they're using their real names, or they're referencing their stage names and other federations. So he came up with that name, and man's a genius. A genius where everyone, analyzes, goes after his same way of approaching things. All right, guys. And by the way, you know, yeah, if they're going to continue to be out in the ring, they need to get beat up somehow. Just a little bit. Make it, make their purpose be revealed as to why they are on TV for so many weeks. So I think I'm going to end it here. I hope this mumbo jumble makes sense. This has been Clean Pin. I hope all is well, guys. And